Hello and welcome to Bay 1, this is Jafamaraxi. Yeah, this is Wednesday night now, I think. Yeah, Wednesday. And I want to show you my latest flyer design, which is a 4 Mega SMG Mosquito-based flyer. So Mosquito is more or less relies on 3 wings or 3 rudders. So you've got the 2 Tier 10 rear rudders, the one for steering there, and then you got the control, the up thrust array here, and you can see where I've actually mounted the SMGs on the out ponts here. This actually started out as a hovercraft, and I realized I was running into some CPU issues, started putting thrusters on it, accidentally got into the air, and then it was like, okay, let's adapt this into a flying craft. So this is what I've ended up with. And let's go into practice mode so you can see how it works. Okay, so this is obviously the ground configuration. I can do normal ground operations, pretend I'm a hovercraft if I really want to, and then I get into the air. It's not the most agile flying design. There's a lot of weight. You're talking about 50 kilograms for every single one of these SMGs. So that's the challenge for any kind of flyer, and it's a lot of additional weight on the front there. And it's far from the most accurate in terms of hitting stuff. But I'm just glad I managed to create a flyer that can actually mount 4 of these beasts. At the height ceiling there. And of course I had to put the vapor trails on there just because, although it's tempting to remount those so that the vapor trails are actually on the other SMGs. Like the tips of the last SMGs, because I can't do any fancy rolls or anything with this design yet. So I'm still working on finessing the entire concept, but yeah, it's a work in progress. So let's go and try it out in combat now. And let's see how well this works. Ah, come on. So yeah, I have no downward thrust yet on this design. I need to work on some mass optimizations because this is way too heavy. Anyway. Can take a fair amount of damage just from those Mega SMGs on there. Ah, bad flying, bad flying. So yeah, as you can tell, I need to earn some RP just so that I can reduce the weight on this and use different blocks instead, because as I said, this was designed originally as a hovercraft, and I really wasn't concerned about weight because 4 hoverblades would be more than enough to take the carry the entire thing, but that's not really such an option anymore. So what have we got there? I can afford to buy one block. Here we go. So we're going to be... Oh, no, I can't even buy one block. Wow. Can I replace any of these with a lighter block? Yep, that one can be replaced with prism, and on the other side we'll replace that block there with the prism as well. And back to battling online. Actually, yeah. Let's try this one more time. Alright, so this seems to be working a lot better. Okay, I'm going to have to go AFK in just a second, but it's just small changes in terms of reducing mass at the front of it will have a huge impact on this design, because it's all about being able to lift that nose weight. And there's a fair amount of weight balance behind those rudders, so that helps to make it semi-viable.
SMG tank spotted.
Come on. Yeah, I died. Anyway. Alright, I've got to go AFK for just a second.
SMG hover spotted.
Okay, I'm back. Let's try that again, if we can make some more modifications to bring down that mass.
User entered your channel.
Hello, noob. Or hats. Or whatever you prefer to be called.
So I got a new mic.
Cool. What was wrong with your old one?
It was a broken headset and it's pretty uncomfortable to have like in front of my table. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a little bit more weight taken off the front there.
So how does this one sound?
It sounds pretty good. I mean, I can hear a lot in the background as well, but yeah, the sound's pretty good.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, for a $35 mic on Best Buy, I guess I can't get anything better.
No, it does sound okay.
Okay.
What microphone did you get?
It's pretty obscure. I can send you a link if you want.
Okay. Hi Ninja Evan. Right, let's try it with these changes and see how that works.
There.
Oh, you got an actual desktop microphone, not a headset mic.
Yeah. I got like headphones earlier on.
Okay. That's already easier to lift. No, don't make that mistake. Come on. Bugger. Come on. Turn around. I've basically become a turret because I did the wrong thing. Yeah, until I get speed up, this thing doesn't really take off that well. Come on. Come on, there's enough thrust on this thing to fly. Why can I not just get uphill? There we go, come on. Speed, speed. Come on, I just need to be able to get to somewhere where I can...
What are you doing?
I'm trying to build a tier 10 flyer that uses 4 of those TX SMGs.
But then, aren't they like really heavy though? Like, how do you lift them?
With difficulty. I just flipped and now I'm stuck on the ground. I didn't even get off at the start of the game.
Okay, is it top mount or bottom mount?
They're side mount.
Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Yeah, with something this big, it's probably since what a side mount.
Yeah, I've got 4 of them, so...
Interceptor spotted.
I'm not sure if 4 actually fits.
They do.
Wow, okay. Actually, I mean, like, not sure if they'll fit without giving, like, weight.
Ooh. Yeah, it's the biggest problem I've got at the moment is, yeah, I'm trying to slim down the mass on this thing because I originally built it as a hovercraft. And now I'm just trying to fix some problems with it.
Alright. Also, have you tried, like, adding a lot of aerofoils? Maybe that'll do something.
No, I've just got 3 rudders for the entire design.
I'm not sure if that will lift.
It does.
Wow, okay.
So long as I don't do anything dumb when I initially take off, then it does work.
So, good luck on that, I guess. there's nothing else I can do to my thing, and I've used like all my garages for like art builds. I can't build anything right now.
SMG hover spotted. SMG hover spotted.
Still way too heavy. I mean, I think I've got another idea that might work for this. It would help to distribute the weight a lot more evenly. Yeah, I'm not getting any kind of real decent score on this. Yeah, I need to earn enough RP to be able to get these blocks reduced in mass. What I'm going to do temporarily is change what I can. Got stuff like these. And that then frees up some of those type blocks. So we've got the same thing going on here. So oops, that has to go in temporarily as a normal block, normal cube. There we go. I can get that one in place. Do I not have one? Ah, bugger, CPU. There we go. What else can we do to cut this down? Let's make sure that, just for symmetry, I hate them not looking good. Alright, so that's in place. Need some more, so we've optimized those ones. These don't actually have any connecting
I was
points.
just looking at things, and apparently my craft can fit nanos perfectly.
Alright, let's change these ones. And those. So it's anything we can do to cut the weight of this thing down.
User left your channel.
Okay, so now we've got that can be changed into a prism. This one here should be able to be changed as well. Yep. Ah, God. Getting stuck inside the frame here. Did I really put a red block on there? What was I thinking? There we go. Oh yeah, I need to swap these out as well. Oh no, I'm out of blocks. Alright, that helps a little bit at least. Let's see if that's any more maneuverable. It should be somewhat. Oh, I've got to still change those ones out here. Come on. Back we go. Here we go.
User entered your channel.
And now that frees up another couple of those. And that can replace that on the back. There we go. Let's give this another shot then.
Also, I just realized they promised the Overwolf API in February, I think. Isn't that like soon?
Yeah.
So I'd imagine it coming with the megawatts. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a huge patch. Or they're going to stage it out. I think they're doing a couple of different stages for it.
Oh, okay. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are anticipating this one.
Interceptor spotted. Plasma bomber spotted. Medic hover spotted. SMG hover spotted.
Nah, lost two of my guns. Lost all my guns now. Whee! Not the most rigid frame.
SMG cruiser spotted.
But I've still got some degree of control. By way of now being a thruster stick. Awesome.
Plasma bomber spotted. Plasma cruiser spotted.
Yay, my team won. So what actually happens there? Right, so I think this ended up being like a critical failure node in the design, so let's take that block out. And that block. And that way it's semi-triforced around through here. Okay, we don't need these connection points at all. So we can lose that one. We can lose that one. We can pull these blocks off.
Oh.
Hey there.
Hello.
User disconnected from your channel.
Yeah, he didn't last long.
User entered your channel.
Hit wrong thing. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
Okay. Alright, so we want to change those. Fix that. Makes it more of a straightforward connection design. That one I'm actually going to invert so that these are connected on there.
What's this? Your design for your vehicle?
I guess I could say that. But then the point is I went up against certain blocks on certain edges and then it showed me interesting things like that.
So you saw into the next world.
I don't know, but maybe.
You were on some kind of crack, boy. Share it with me. Although from both of these angles, I can't tell I can't tell what blocks you use, so I'm kind of tripping out here. Well, I just came to say hi, and I'll be playing something else, so bye.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
User disconnected from your channel.
Alright, so what else am I doing here? Still trying to fix this damn design. So a little bit better, it trims a lot of the central part here at least. I mean, ideally I'd be moving these up so that they're within the framework here, but... Alright, let's try this again. And I've also managed to trim out 10 blocks, so that's good. Alright, so where's everyone going? Oh, what the hell happened there? Did I forget to put some thrusters on this thing? That is not how this thing's supposed to move.
SMG hover spotted.
I mean, at least I can go up hills, kind of, now.
Spotted.
Right. Still a failure, though.
SMG hover spotted.
Come on. Yeah, that's not working so well. I think the biggest problem is actually with the wing placement on the front there. So, well, I'm working well enough as a turret. That's going to be my signed role by the looks of it.
Plasma hover spotted. Interceptor spotted.
Please allow me to...
SMG hover spotted.
Come on.
SMG hover spotted.
Phew. Epic failure. Okay, so we need to take care of this problem where these are actually, or the positioning of these is actually hampering me. So I'm going to have to strip out all of these blocks here. And do the same on this side. It's going to be mean taking out that, and anything that can get in the way of the placement. So let's pull that wing off and pull that wing off. Alright, I could have left those on there. Oops. Right, so
If you still remember what my craft looks like, do you have like any idea how a Mega SMG might go onto it?
you had like a wheeled bot, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Just on top somewhere. Yours is more or less a flat craft. You should be able to fit one on top easily.
Okay, well, I'll see about that, I guess. Also, if I can, I'd probably want to make the craft one layer higher. But then CPU, yeah.
Yeah. so now what we need to do is put these rudders back on. And now they're going to be situated a little bit lower down. And we have to rebuild this framework which actually holds these SMGs on here. While preserving the utility of it. So we're going to take those 2 blocks off. How many blocks do we have now? 7. Okay. So we're just going to build this strut straight out and connect onto this point here.
Well, the problem now is I have to cover up my pilot seat, which isn't really easy to do without making it really obvious.
Well, the Mega SMG will cover it up mostly.
I know, but normally when I'm not using the SMGs, I have to think of something.
Take that off temporarily because it'll make it a lot easier to put these blocks on. There we go. There we go. So that gives that connection point there back. We can replace a couple of those blocks there. Sorry, had the hiccups there. Right, so we're steadily cutting down the encumbrance on this design. Let's change those over and that one there too. There we go. And given the CPU that I'm freeing up, I'm probably going to end up building some kind of spar across here just to help absorb shots from below. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that now while I remember about it. No, that's not going to be quite in the right location. Alright, and then what we can do is have that like so. So that was one in from the back. Oh no, we got that thruster that needs to go back on there. Oops. That will not work. My bad. Right, so you have to go back on there. Which basically gets rid of that need. Okay, I'm a bit happier with this now. I'm also, just for absorbing damage, I'm going to put a prism on there and a prism on there, because you need to remember that any damage that actually this takes gets transferred to the blocks that it's connected to, so you always want to make sure that you've got a block on each attachment point. So some of the damage goes through to the attachment blocks. And it means that if this one gets destroyed, it still doesn't destroy the actual weapon itself. at least I think that's how it's working. We'll find out if it makes any difference. Okay, so we've saved a fair amount of CPU in terms of that side of things. I'm going to see if I can actually get on a couple of thrusters there. Not sure what effect they'll actually have on this at the moment, but we'll give it a try. Oh wow, that's a lot more maneuverable. I think moving those wings down another block would help out even more. Yeah, I can almost roll now. That's actually going to be my goal, is being able to roll correctly. No. No. Glass cannon, very much. Boom. So, what we learned from this is that I need to drop these wings down even lower. That means pulling these off and doing some magic with all of these blocks here, which this is actually a lot of the...
Hey guys.
Hey there. Actually a lot of the stuff that's in place to protect the pilot seat, but that's gotta go.
The new stuff? Are you streaming?
Yeah, I'm trying to build a flyer that actually uses 4 of the new SMGs.
4 of them?
Yes. I mean, I've got it flying, I'm just fine-tuning it.
Oh, nice.
Right, where are we? So we need... I think it was the...
Have you guys seen ASRock today? Or... I mean, I know he's in the channel, but has he been gone for a while?
Yeah, he's not been live since I've been here.
Okay. Just send him a message and see if he replies. Yeah, I'm gonna hop on your stream and take a look.
Okay.
Wait, are you actually streaming?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm nearly always streaming if I'm playing.
Oh,
User entered your channel.
I have a Twitch, but I don't really use it like right now. I don't know why. Oh wait, actually, I think I do know. It's because easy anti-cheat stopped like OBS from actually getting frames from the program.
Yeah, I can tell you how to fix that.
I know, just do like screen capture.
Well, you use window capture. I usually, if I'm using the Steam client, I have to set it to windowed mode first, set the window capture so that it works, and then once,
Okay.
yeah,
I like it in full screen, so.
yeah, no, I haven't finished yet. Once you've got it capturing the windowed mode, or the window capture, you can set the game back to full screen, and it will continue to capture.
Oh, okay. Also, yeah, I interrupt people a lot, so sorry.
It's alright, it was just, yeah, it took me a while figuring out exactly what was causing that, but...
That's a bigger bot than I expected. I guess you do have, what, 500 CPU left to play with after 4 of them.
No I don't, I've got, yeah, well yeah, you do actually. Good point, yeah.
But, I mean, it goes quickly with movement.
Oh yeah. This started out life as a hovercraft, and then I put so many thrusters on it, it was almost taken off, and I was like, wait a minute, can I just make it into a flyer?
Nice.
So I've completely, basically rebuilt the entire thing now, but...
Yeah. I've been meaning to make a bomber. I have a few screenshots of a couple of bombers that I like. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Alright, let's see if this one works. The new SMGs use 250
the SMGs
CPA.
are supposed to be playing the front lines, but apparently I am. Wow.
That is 4. Jeez.
That doesn't make sense. Like, the tanks are, like, the
No
SMG
practice
tanks
mode,
are
just
behind a
jump in
rail.
battle.
Oh, I know it flies already, I'm just doing modifications to it to actually make it viable.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I'm gonna drop off mic while I eat and watch the stream. But yeah,
Okay.
I'll be in game in a little bit.
SMG hover spotted. SMG cruiser spotted.
User disconnected from your channel.
SMG hover spotted. Medic hover spotted.
Losing most of my front control. Ah, what happened? Oh, I lost all my forward thrusters. No! Shit, shit. Damn it, they took all my thrusters out. That sucks. They are way too vulnerable where they are. Now I'm just a gun turret. Alright, turret mode activated.
Plasma bomber spotted. spotted. Medic hover spotted.
Come on. Thing is so bloody cumbersome. There we go. Come on. Now we'll get moving again.
SMG hover spotted.
There we go.
Hey buddy, how's it going?
Hey there.
SMG hover spotted.
Could you update any YouTube? Let me check.
Yeah, I'm not platooning at the moment. I'm designing
And what are you designing?
a full TX SMG Flyer.
Something's really broken about the game because, like, I just press shift against the garage surface and I go out of the mothership.
Wake the
Oh,
alien.
That used to be.
Yeah, that seems like would be a good idea.
It used to have some issue.
I don't see why it wouldn't work. It would be a nice design to see.
Those type of stuff.
And for sake update,
no,
welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the problems we've got is these thrusters keep getting removed, and oh, I forgot to put on the other thrusters again. No wonder I lost all of my movement. Duh. That is a huge critical flaw.
User left your channel.
Right. What I can do, I mean, those could all be converted. No, they can't, because yeah, they could. They can be converted to being arrowed in a different direction, and I could actually have some thrusters that are covered there. But I'm not going to do that for now. Let's just see how it flies like this. Can I put another one on there? Nope. But I have saved some more CPU anyway. What I need, so we've got those there, those there. I don't think I've got enough to add on the additional front turning thruster. Nope. No, one CPU over from adding on both of those. Okay. Do I have any normal blocks still on here? Yep, I do. Got plenty of them. Lots more weight that can come off there, or mass rather. Let's go again. This time we got a flying medic on our team, and they've got a SMG Flyer. And a plasma flyer. Damn it. That's not good for me.
I found out why there's no sound.
Why is that?
Without knowing.
Oops.
I couldn't even read. So I see the flyer is going great.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Well, congratulations.
User entered your channel.
Thank you.
SMG hover spotted.
User left your channel.
Well, I made him run. Alright,
SMG tank
there we go.
Well,
Plasma
looks like we
bomber.
won't have any difficulties getting that 100 kills.
SMG tanks spotted.
No, no. I just lost the entire front half of my bot and had no thrusters left. That sucked.
Wow. I see.
But I had 2 guns left.
Well, wanted that euphonic sound without like mean to moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at repositioning some of those thrusters so that I've got some redundancy there.
Yeah, you need some on the back.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Meanwhile, I'm still
Ah.
Not really.
Oh, damn SMG gunbed destroyed me. That sucks. My team won though.
Yeah, sadly these 2 medics follow my bed. Okay, no, okay.
Right, so what can I do to move these thrusters back? Instead of having them on the top where they're vulnerable there, let's move them on the back where they're vulnerable here. I mean, it's more places for them to get shot from, but... Oh, this will work. Actually, yeah. I mean, yeah, there we go. 2 tier 8s on the back. Like so. Could I even get tier 10s in there? No. Too much work to get the tier 10s in. Alright, so... that should mean a little bit more protection. Cool. And I'm going to also change the positioning of this one. Putting a block back in there so there's some redundancy and some form of connection point back down there, so that if this damage transfers all the way up here, it's not going to just straight away take off all of that section. So let's try this again. Oh, this will be interesting. The enemy's only got 1 plasma flyer. They've got 4 ground SMGs though. Maximum use of cover.
SMG tank spotted. Plasma drone spotted. Medic hover spotted. SMG hover spotted.
Yay, I'm going down. But not today. Oh, maybe today.
Drone spotted. SMG hover spotted. Plasma hover spotted.
Boom.
Hover spotted.
User was moved out of your channel.
It's just too much fun.
User was moved to your channel.
So, with that, what exactly happens? We need to get 10 more of these.
Yeah, I found with the Mega SMGs, you really have to pick your battles. And I mean, you're essentially a glass cannon.
Yep. And I'm also a flyer, so I'm definitely a complete glass cannon.
Right. Yeah.
Most of this is just testing, so I want to see how it holds up under fire and that kind of stuff until I finish the design.
For some reason, I think I talk really weirdly, like when I hear it on like playbacks and whatever.
I think the same thing. I can't stand the sound of my own voice.
You know, like I feel like I have a huge accent, and then today, one of my classmates told me I don't have an accent at all. So that
Partly
makes a lot of
because
sense.
the way you sound to yourself is different than when you hear it off of a microphone or just played back.
I know, but like one of my classmates told me, like he heard it, he said I didn't have an accent.
Oh.
Alright, that should add in some additional protection for those aerofoils there. What else can I do here? I'm bringing the CPU back up, that's the problem. But I do have 8 of these to play with. So that will actually enable me to optimize these. So let's go ahead and...
Did you consider putting the forward thrusters in between the two vertical struts that you've got? The two beams, the main beams?
Yeah, I considered doing that.
Did you not have room, or...?
Well, I built the frame before I even started putting thrusters on because it was originally a hovercraft, so it was more slimline frame. So I'm moving stuff around and playing with it, and yeah, eventually I'm going to end up moving these 2 tier 10 thrusters into the center and just having the 4 struts around them.
Got it, yep.
Also, hang on, let me think
And
about
I'll probably have one on the top set of strut and the other one on the bottom, or both mounted to the top, I'm not sure, but...
Anyway, with this much Triforce, I'm sure we'll be fine. Like, yeah, I do a lot of
Just take
Triforce
that
and I
mess
get
out.
wrecked by SMG. Like, you're a flyer and you're weak to SMGs.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm always loath to use the lower tier thrusters just because they're so much weaker and they use practically the same CPU. You can't fit larger thrusters in that little head, nose of the plane.
You could
Oh,
figure
in the front section here, no. I mean, I've got these are for additional turning stuff, but they get blown off so easily. Yeah, there's just not enough space in here at the moment. Maybe if I do a rework and reposition a lot of these tetras
those
or
two.
prisms, then I might be able to accommodate them and change the orientation of these prisms down, etc. So it's just a matter of getting to work on those areas.
Right.
And I also need to add on some redundant thrusters like the ones here so that I can actually dip the nose down more easily. Actually, I'm going to get rid of these ones because they're not giving me any real benefit, and I'm going to try and move them close to the pilot seat. Those ones are, they're facing the wrong way. Oh, now that's going wrong. Bugger. Yeah, they're...
The up and the... Go ahead.
Yeah, it was the other, the thrusters that I had that were trying to push my nose downwards, so I'm not using them, so...
Yeah, I'm looking at your pitch control. I think the farther towards your nose, the more control you'll get, the more power you'll have for pitching up.
Yeah, I know.
To your wing, yeah, okay.
But these are...
They're
I
just
won't...
dying too easily?
Kind of. I had these go in thrusting down so I could actually dip my nose down in a more controlled fashion, but I'm not really using them that much, and I think it will be helpful to have some redundancy closer to the nose in the event that I lose the entire nose section, because otherwise I lose all of my control.
Got it, yeah.
Okay, so those are placed.
Yeah, you can't really have another set of wings because of the guns either.
I don't really need another set of wings. It's, I mean, yeah, if...
I was thinking up front for nose control.
That kind of breaks the entire idea of this type of flyer, though. I mean, I could actually, if I stripped off some sets of thrusters, I could probably set another set of wings next to the pilot seat, because that actually stabilizes it a lot in flight, so that it makes things... It's hard to explain, but it does some interesting stuff to the control system. My normal nano flyer uses the same concept.
Interesting.
Alright, now I'm just doing weight optimization as well.
Well, good luck with them. I'm gonna drop out.
Okay.
Catch you later.
Alright, see ya.
User left your channel. Yes, the robot is too fragile. I think overall the SMGs are a little bit too weak, but we're not really going to... It's hard to evaluate them on balance because you can't actually fit enough of them to give the proper rate of fire. At the moment you can only have 4 of them on a design realistically. There's no way you can fit... Well, you could get 5 on there just about, but I don't know how you'd even move that thing. User entered your channel.
So yeah, it's hard to tell using the real balance, which would be having 6 of them on a design, as to just how effective they are.
there. I'm still trying to get it working. I've got to go AFK for a second. I'll be back in a minute. Force update, yeah, the accuracy of SMGs is not close to that of, or the Mega SMGs is not even close to that of normal SMGs. You're very much right on that regard. So yeah, it is a little bit of a trial trying to work with them to get something that's viable as a design. So yeah, I can't even move that forward one. There's just too many collision issues there. And I tried rotating it around, but that doesn't work either. It's not like I can move it in a block, because again, you experience more collision issues. In theory, it would be possible to have these closer together, but it's going to be a lot of work. Alright, I'm going to start on getting ready with some of these changes, because these are going to be necessary if I want to try putting bigger thrusters on. Oh god. There we go. And that way I've got the potential room to add on a bigger thrust array. So that needs to be like so. These are already positioned as they would have to be. Yeah, I can't rotate those around to be in any other angle. So they would get in the way regardless. Yeah. But that might enable me to fit a slightly higher tier thruster, so I was using a tier 6 in there? Can I fit a tier 7 now? Nope, because you got collision with those blocks at the top, so put the tier 6 back. And right, so I need to buy 2 more prisms. Or maybe a few more actually. And I've never got a problem with buying more high tier blocks because they'll always be useful. There we go. With that change though, this block is no longer relevant. So we're going to leave that cross-connected. And now let's see what interrupts me with putting a tier 7 on here. Now it's just those blocks, which I might be, oh yeah, that's still going to be a problem though. I wonder if converting these to inners will do anything. I don't think they will, but we can give it a try.
User disconnected from your channel.
Yeah, still getting collision on those blocks.
User entered your channel.
Get an inner. So I'm no longer going to need that tetra there. Instead, I'm going to need a tetra that connects like that and one like that. I don't have a prism to go on there just at the moment, so let's just put an inner on there. And that may have actually created enough bridge room for that tier 7 thruster. There we go. And in theory we'd be able to fit a tier 8, but we don't have any. Oh yes I do, I've got them on the back, duh. I thought I had more tier 8 thrusters. I did, I swear I had 4 of them put on here at some point. Strange. Huh. Okay, so I can fit tier 8s on there. Alright, let's go ahead. We're just putting a tier 7 in that space. And yeah, that's too big to go in there, so we're stuck with the tier 6s. But that might increase the thrust ratio enough to make it a little bit punchier. And now let's see about, so I've got tier, let's see about putting the tier 4s in there. Alright, let's try again. So I am one of a few flyers in this game. They've got a plasma flyer and a medic flyer, but they've got no other decent flyers. Alright, so that enables me to, on ground mode, to move more easily. I mean, this would easily... Yeah, Mega SMG.
SMG hover spotted. Plasma bomber spotted.
Alright, where'd the plasma bomber go?
SMG hover spotted. Plasma bomber spotted.
And now I've suddenly got so much more thrust control. I think it's an achievement on this just to survive a battle.
SMG hover spotted. Plasma bomber spotted. Medic flyer spotted.
Come on. Thank you.
SMG hover spotted.
Come on, kill. I want to kill. Let me get the kill. No. Boo. Plasma. So close. So close.
I don't really know anything about flyers, but I think all the Triforce is making you weak.
What Triforce?
Like your flyer.
What Triforce?
I don't know, like you have like little connection points, so like they shoot one thing and you lose half of your craft.
Yeah, most of that is because I don't really have the CPU to have it more fleshed out. I'm working on it. I'm working on getting it more optimized.
Okay.
Yeah, once I get once I get a lot of the weight taken off, I'll be able to play around with a few more things on it.
Okay. I'm actually pretty bored. Nothing to do. And Then again, I'm the only railgunner in the game.
Alright, let's take those cosmetic finishes off because I don't need them on here.
Also, I swear to God, if we meet.
If we meet, you win.
Maybe. Oh, who knows? Also, I noticed like they moved their spawns like a bit more forward. Like we used to like spawn directly on the point. Now, not really.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that does, but okay. They're cool. Yeah. I just one-shot a flyer! Yay!
Alright, so we are making definite progress. Those are standard blocks, so let's replace those with inners. Those are standards as well, let's replace those. I may actually be able to fit a gemmer underneath this now. How much CPU? Oh, way too much CPU. What about an alignment rectifier? 18? Wait a minute, that's 18, and I've got another 4. But the jammer was 30. Well, the reason for putting this on there, it just prevents this from getting one shot from rails. It's getting a lot more spindly in design, but that's all part of the process. Builto, eventually, yes. And force update, of course you can join TS. I will provide you the Teamspeak information. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can get that for you in just a second. In the ideal world, I'd be able to actually shorten the entire design and move those forward SMGs back a little bit, but there's just not enough room. If I could do that, that would help out a huge amount. I'm considering putting those top and bottom instead of on the side. But yeah, then it means I've only got 3 that can really fire. So. I probably need to do a complete rebuild of this, to be honest. No, see, railgun. Boom.
SMG hover spotted.
Wow, that was a good shot.
SMG hover spotted.
User entered your channel.
Oh. Hey.
User joined your channel.
Rail
Hey there.
hover spotted.
Hi.
Bugger.
Hello.
Hi there. Oh, damn it. Damn it.
Welcome to the
SMG
server.
hover spotted.
Update. Welcome to the server.
Okay, thank you. You wanna play low tier, right? Like tier 4?
We're both playing tier.
Oh,
If you're playing
okay.
to 10, go to another channel. Not lobby.
Well, we're not playing together. I'm just here for some work.
We have a Robocraft now. This is like the first place where people join the server.
Okay. Oh my god, I found work.
Are you in a match? I can move you if you want.
Yeah, I think I'll stay in with that.
I'll move down to the main lobby in a second, hold on.
User left your channel.
Some
Yeah,
join.
we can move it every
Boom.
Poke if needed.
Channel switch. Channel switch.
Alright, let's all move down to the Robocraft lobby.
I'm gonna mash, hang on.
Channel switched. User joined your channel.
Okay. Yeah. Change my tank. You want it on two caterpillars. And I think it's better, but more stable in turns.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Nanner, welcome to the server.
Thank you.
I know now.
Hi. How are
I
you?
will give you your first cookie. It's a cookie.
I love onions.
Anyway, have fun on the server.
What?
Hmm?
I'm sure we will.
See ya.
User left your channel.
Alright, what did we replace on that? That one needs to be changed. Wing weight capacity. I'm not using wings, I'm using rudders. So let's see what the capacity is. The weight capacity 760, and compared to aerofoils, that's a lot more, 1170. So yeah, wings are no longer the same as rudders. They actually have a lot more, about 30% more.
A guy in my game is like in square with hovers with white blocks. That one.
Alright, let's try this again. And someone just messaged me or something. What happened there? What is this? Why am I getting messages? I don't know. Whatever.
User joined your channel.
Hello. So, how would you deal with Uber warp drives?
Make it not possible.
What? I mean, I saw one and we had an extremely hard time shooting it down, and it was like the last man to die.
Well, yeah, I stand by my previous answer. Fix the issue that causes it to be even possible. Alright. Bill, so yeah, it is usually the same address. I've actually changed from the other Teamspeak server that I was on to the cookie jar. I still log into the other one, but yeah, the activity on there just dropped off a lot. So let me just go and make sure I'm got that open in a different tab.
Connected.
In case anyone
Channel
does want to speak to me, but yeah, it's dead in there, pretty much. Well, okay.
Rafael, how much CPU is GX SMG?
250.
Oh my god.
And it costs 927 TP to at tier 10.
And I don't think it's that good. Like, I've seen your streams, like, they don't have, like, none.
Interceptor spotted.
Oh, I already thought that, but
Yeah, compared to normal SMGs, no, it's not. It's not got as much DPS.
I think they will balance it like faster. Because, like, I don't think if you wanna only win, not like play for fun, you use some of that in your build.
Interceptor spotted.
User disconnected from your channel.
Plasma cover spotted. Interceptor spotted.
That is some damage. I'm just determined to play only with this thing at the moment because I want to get it refined. I still do have another idea that might work though, in terms of the actual layout. I need to think on it. Might enable me to compact the design down a lot. Actually, so if I was to potentially move this underneath like that, I could pull all of this stuff down. Alright, that's what I'm going to do. And these thrusters can then be moved in. Get rid of those. So I'm going to need to put a string of blocks across here.
Gfor SMGs are glitched. They don't move for like long term to the right, to the left, only up,
User joined
down.
your channel.
Hello, fellas.
Oh, that's a lot going to be a lot better.
We're running a T10 platoon. We have a 3-man. We're looking for a 4th. Does anybody want in?
User entered your channel.
No.
I am T4.
T4, okay.
I'm still trying to work on my Mega SMG Flyer.
Fair enough. Alright, well, good luck with your battles. I figured I'd just pop by and see if anybody wants to join up.
Okay.
Okay.
User left your channel.
Alright, so by taking those off there,
User disconnected from your channel.
come on. Why are you now showing up a error? There we go. What we're going to try and do is have this one connected on the front, like so, but we need to avoid the collision issues, obviously. So, how far out does this actually need to come to avoid that? So let's get started with doing this. So that works, out that far. Okay, we have a viable design. Alright, so you now connect up like that. We can break these connections here. These tier 10 thrusters will now go in like so. The problem is they're now not far enough forward to get this other tier 10 thruster in. So we may have to just push this forward a couple of more blocks. Yep, that actually enables a bit better alignment. It blocks fire straight ahead, but most of the fire is going down. Yeah, each shot does 7k damage, I think. Or it might be both shots, I'm not sure. I've never actually tested that. Interesting thing to find out. So now what I'm going to do is drop off these. Who's talking to me? Not sure.
So last round I met 2 people that I know from various places. One from Reddit, one from I think Steam. Both on the enemy team. They're both on the enemy team, and I managed to apparently kill one of them. The other one posed a problem though. Well, you won in the end. Also, how's the SMG going?
It's going okay. I decided on redesigning half of it.
Okay.
Yeah, there was way too much weight on the nose section, so I essentially pulled all of that off. I put one of them mounted underneath, and now one of them is mounted directly on the front.
Okay. But then, isn't it like nose heavy?
It used to be very nose heavy, but this actually
Oh.
pulls the nose in a lot closer to the main body.
Also, apparently, thruster sticks still exist.
Of
And,
course
like,
they do.
all the diminishing return steel, like, aren't they like nerfed?
Nope.
Why do people still use them?
Because they're easy.
Okay.
There we go. That will actually work better, and it won't require me doing funky stuff. Oh yeah, of course, I moved that forward for a reason, didn't I? Because I needed that other... What a moron. Moronicus Drefelius. Right. Take that out, because I'm going to need this space. Right, make sure we have one of these thrusters in place so I don't forget about the positioning. The problem is that one's going to be connected to the same block as everything else. I can't move that back because I get collision issues, I can't move it forward. But I do have a... No, I don't really have an alternative option. That needs to pretty much stay where it is. Right. Yeah, I don't like that thruster being connected to the same block. So, yeah, this is going to have to move up another block. And we'll see if... Nope, still doesn't allow what I need to do. Balls. Yeah, I need to get two thrusters in here though, that's the problem. Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah. Such a... The obvious things, thank you very much. And that whole piece of crap there needs to go. Because I need that other thruster in here. I'm probably going to have that mounted upside down as well. And have some rings around there just to distribute damage. So it doesn't just go directly backwards. So what I need to do is pop out these sections.
User joined your channel.
And we'll just play with this until we can actually get these blocks in place. That fits in there. Can I move it up one? Like so. Without collision issues. No, it doesn't like that, so it has to go as such. Well, we can live with this. This will be enough. And now I need to actually have space to be able to put the nose thrust array on here as well. So we're going to be using probably tier, I would use tier 8s, except I've run out. Let's pull those two off. So it's tier 8s for the actual lift profile. So that means taking this block here, expanding that out, adding a couple of prisms as such. Yeah, you'll see what I'm doing here in a minute. So he's actually going to be connected back there. So much stuff can get blown off in one hit. And we've got this one that side, this one that side. And that's what will enable the nose of the craft to actually lift. Although, yeah. And for sake of redundancy, don't want to have it connected directly to that block. So we go ahead and move these around. And yeah, I don't want that to be a prism there, that needs to be something that'll actually connect. Yeah. We can make this one into a tetra and move the connection point back a bit further. So ideally we're going to have, okay, I'm just going to make this entire section here, like here, essentially triforced. So let's just put these blocks in place. But we're not going to leave it completely isolated, because that's just asking for trouble. We will have prism connecting up from here, like so. Nope, wrong way. Okay. And Bilto, thank you very much for your help. The stream shouldn't lag, it will be behind what's in Teamspeak, but if it's lagging then that's a problem with your connection. Alright, so next what we need to do is triforce, or not triforce, but have connections along all of this section as well. But we also need to add in the additional thrusters for the nose. So I'm going to have a couple of tier 7s around about here. Come on. let's dump those ones out. And yes, I know it's not connected at the moment. We'll fix that shortly. Actually, I'm going to have to fix that now, because, okay, so that connects on here. This needs to be a prism. These should be tetras where possible, so... Same here, etc. And yep, those are correct. And then we've got these ones which we can have those mounted underneath. Actually, no, I'm going to have that on top like that. Okay. The problem with that now is that there is no connection across to these points, so that is where I needed to actually have these as... ah, that's right. There we go. What we do here and all the way back really is the same kind of setup. At least back until after this first point here. And actually we might as well just continue. No, we can't. Right, so let's take those out. Back on this side. Come on. There we go. So we've got 3 different paths for the damage to actually follow now. And we just need to complete building out them. The triforcing as such.
User
This is a
entered your
nightmare.
channel. User left your channel.
Okay, so that's completed for those sections.